My name is Mahesh Sadarangani. I'm the CEO at Philz Coffee. We're a corporate-owned premium pour-over coffee shop, headquartered in San Francisco with locations throughout California, as well as Chicago. Before we started working with ResponseScribe, we actually weren't doing anything with our comments, and it was unfortunate. There was just so many comments coming in, whether it was from Google, whether it was from Yelp, whether it was from other social media channels. We just could not respond to them. We didn't have the team, and so it was just a problem unanswered, which is never a good thing because customers are giving us love or giving us feedback, and we weren't really responding to it. I've been with the company for 27 months as of December 2023. We went from a founder-led company to now founder-inspired, and it's been on my list to actually start to respond to all customer feedback. I come from a culture, from my past experience, where every feedback, good or bad, you should respond to. It gives you a chance to get better as an organization. I got cold called. I got an email from you and your team, and it really spoke to me on how we can fix this problem. And I would say that was the one thing that just a light clicked that said, hey, wait a second, let me look at this. This seems really interesting in order to help tackle this priority I always wanted to approach, but just never had the time. The first option was what we were doing, which was nothing. And honestly, it's unacceptable. I am a customer of Yelp. I'm a customer of Google reviews, and I would take the time to write a comment, and I loved it when the brand would respond. So we didn't, and that just always hurt as a business leader. So that was the first option, which obviously we were doing, unfortunately, for too long. The second one is having our own internal customer teams do that, and we have 2 people on our customer service team. Unfortunately, because our business has multiple channels, whether it's on our mobile app, in-store, or online orders, they were very busy themselves just trying to respond to the customer feedback. And so having them do this just wasn't an option. And then the third was we did look at, we are a frontline workforce where we have baristas. We thought about, asking some of our frontline team members to work extra hours. We would have them support the customer service team to respond to feedback. That also, it's easy in theory. It's hard to really execute because they would have to, we want one voice coming from the company. We'd want a consistent message, and we want to respond to all feedback, not just one specific store. So it's again, easy in theory, not so hard to do real world. So those were the options that we were exploring. Obviously, the one that we unfortunately went with was the first one. Anything where you use the words AI or automated responses, there's always that, are they going to respond in the way your company speaks? And that was a concern for not only myself, but our whole team. But what I will say, Kobe, is you and your team did a really good job showing us a couple of examples. But more importantly, we noticed on one of the feedbacks, there was a customer's misspelling of a product, and the AI in your response actually had that product misspelled as well. But after y'all coached us and walked us through how the system is constantly getting smarter and smarter, we haven't had one problem since. And I will tell you, as the CEO of the company, I hand read every one of the feedbacks. Every morning, it's one of my drills. I love reading our customer feedback, and I do it every morning. And I will tell you, I really enjoy reading the responses from your company's automated response because it is in the voice of our customer, it's in the voice of our team, and it's a very clear, concise, consistent message, which we're super excited about. Oh, wow. We would probably have to talk for a whole day. I'd say let's unpack this in several. So first, it is the fastest way our team has found out that we can look at all of our customer feedback in one data source. So for example, we log into your platform, we see the 42 responses and the 42 customer feedback on the different channels at the different stores. We can look at it in one system, one place. So that's one, we've really sped up the time instead of going Yelp for this store, Google for this store, Yelp for this store, Google for this store. So one, speed of time. Two, our customers, they love us. They show us the most amazing love of any brand I've had the pleasure of working with. We should show them that love back just by responding and say thank you. A simple thank you goes a long way with your customers. And I'll tell you, even as a customer of Google reviews or a customer of Yelp, when I get a response, I do feel warm inside. I'm like, hey, they looked at it. Someone actually responded. I'll rate a restaurant 5-star, but I'll say, hey, it was a little cold in there. I just want to note that for the next time we come in. They'll actually respond and we'll give that feedback. The next thing I would say it's helped us. I think we can agree that not all feedback is warm and fuzzy, right? And there is the customer experiences where things go wrong. I would say ResponseScribe has allowed us to really course correct immediately. So an example is we had a set of stores that were not playing the right music that our customers thought were appealing for 6 in the morning. We were able to take the feedback immediately from getting it just hours earlier, share it with the store leader, share it with the district manager, and show them, hey, look, if we're all about community at Philz Coffee, we should have a warm and inviting experience. Let's look at what our customers are saying today and let's react. And so there's no other platform I've seen where you can react this fast. And it's funny, one of the customers actually responded to, I came back the next day and y'all already fixed it, thanks. That just warmed my heart as a leader. Like this feedback, like no other, you can react immediately. And I'd say those are the immediate ones that come to my mind. One of my most enjoyable things about reading the responses, a customer will say, I really liked your Tesora blend. Thank you very much. I love coming to Philz. Now, Tesora is our original blend. It's the first blend the founder made 20 plus years ago. The response will be something like, thank you very much. Tesora is our first blend. It's one we love as well. You should also try these other blends as you come in and go across the menu. The responses that y'all are doing not only address exactly what the customer is saying, but it's also saying something else, like try this or thank you again. It is definitely in the voice of our customer service team. It's definitely in the voice of how we talk to customers. And what I love is across all the reviews that we've had, there's only been one where we were like, I don't know if that's the way we talk. We made the change, and since then, the AI has caught it every time, and that's the way we talk. And so it's been super fun just to read the feedback, at least from my end. The last thing I'll say is sometimes customers do things like they'll write a nice thank you letter or, hey, we had a great experience. But in the middle, they'll say, but, Kobe, I think he was having a rough day. He just didn't have that normal smile. You may want to check on him, but we love coming here. And it's really interesting. The AI actually just doesn't read partial. It'll read the whole thing and we'll say, we can't wait for you to have that great experience with Kobe like you have every time. And it's really reading the whole response, which is what we want. So that's been great to see. And it's been pretty fun to experience the joy of finally responding to all of our customers. I strongly believe that is helping drive increased sales because a positive customer experience goes a long way. That one customer is telling 10 other customers, just like a negative customer experience goes the wrong way. I think ResponseScribe is helping us win over more customers. So the review escalation process is something that's new to our team. I'll admit, when you reached out to tell me about your service and we were learning more about it, my team was a little bit caught off guard. Like, whoa, we're going to have a computer respond? We're all about community. We're all about one-to-one connection at Philz. I said, well, let's learn it. Let me show you the examples that Kobe and his team have walked me through. And the best part is it just doesn't automatically give a response. It allows us time to read it, and that time we can determine based on our discussions with ResponseScribe. So to this date, the team is still trying to get comfortable with the auto response, but we review every single response within 24 hours. I'll admit, it is a very fun thing to read the reviews because not only do I get to read the customer response, I get to read the ResponseScribe response, or really our response to the customer, and they're spot on, and they're really telling the story from our eyes So it's been great. But we have no issues with the automated delay and the automated response. It actually is helping getting our team more comfortable on how the overall process works. You know, we're not in the 1980s. We're not in the 1990s. We're in 2023 and beyond. Responding to your customers is paramount, right? Some customers take 10, 15 minutes to write you a response, good or bad. If you're not listening to your customers, you're going to be dead in the water. And what's super exciting about working with ResponseScribe is it allows us to respond to those customers in a very timely fashion, as well as, again, not every response is great. Not every interaction is great. And you have to understand that as a business leader. It allows you to really react at a much faster rate should things go wrong. And I really don't think in any customer service company platform I've used, I can respond at this speed of time. So to answer the question, what would I say to any leader that doesn't want to respond or doesn't think it's important? I would say it's completely opposite, and working with ResponseScribe can make it seamless, make it easy, and actually make it fun to where you're really proud of your responses. What would I say to other business owners that are considering ResponseScribe? I think the number one thing I would tell them is give it a try. Have them go to your Google reviews or your Yelp reviews, take a few live ones, the real ones, and have their system respond. And before anything goes live, go check it yourself. And that's exactly what we did with Kobe and the team at ResponseScribe. We were very apprehensive in the beginning, and he took 3 or 4 examples, and I took them back to the team. The teams, they still weren't sold. He did 5 or 6 more. And everyone was truly in the voice of how we speak, how we talk to our guests. And so once you see that trial period of it truly can be your voice, and you can get to these responses in such a timely manner, I am 110% confident you will do this as well for your company. I appreciate everything y'all are doing. Y'all are awesome to work with. You truly are. And just seriously, thank you. We're really happy. We are really happy, I'm telling you. Very pleased with the service. So keep up the great work.